apparently scrubbing. I thought, thank God that's over. Then, what happens? She catches me eating a bar of chocolate. She says, oh, he likes chocolate, does he? Then we'll do it with chocolate. Not normal chocolate, not normal nice brown chocolate. Oh, no. That's sickly white stuff. Every 4 weeks or so, I've got to lick it off her. I tell you, my friends, if I hear that cry once more, the Milky Bars are on me. You've been a wonderful audience tonight. Maybe I should learn from you. Is there any woman here tonight who's here with a great lover? Any woman who's sitting here with a great lover? One lady is waving. What makes you a great lover, sir? What makes you such a great lover? He doesn't answer, he just sits there licking his eyebrows. We'll never know his secret. Any men here tonight who are impotent? Ah, you can't get your arms up either, eh? What's that? Is that a phone? Could somebody answer that, please?
Bob, it's for you.
Oh, God. Love us. He's got a bloody mobile. I can't take a call now, Laurie. I'm in the middle of making a video.
It's a booking.
It's a booking. Oh, it's a booking. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. It's a booking. Hello? Yes. I'm in the middle of an act. I'm in the middle of doing a video. Yes, certainly. Excuse me just a second. When? Next Sunday? No, I'm not free next Sunday. Oh, that's quite good money. Where is this? Eastbourne. Who's it for? The Mothers Church Union, Sunday afternoon. I don't really do that kind of thing. What sort of an act did you want? Something innocent? I think I have just the person for you. I have an innocent niece called Primrose, and she's a very talented child, and I think that if she sang, listen, if she sang for the audience here tonight, they're a very critical, very intelligent audience. If they like what she did, if they like what my niece did, would you book her? So it depends on your reaction, ladies and gentlemen. The audience is agreeing to this. Bring Primrose out. You're breaking up, I can't hear you. I'll go out in the car park, I'll talk to you in the car park, we'll talk money. No, I can't agree with that. No, the child is singing now. The child is singing for the audience, and I will discuss it with you. Yes, but I can't hear you. I'm taking you out in the car park. I'm taking a call in the car park. Yes, we'll discuss money out here. Okay. Oh, listen to the audience. Listen to this audience. And she just finished. You heard the applause? Well, you can hear the audience applauding. No, I mean, the audience just, you heard them. The audience applauded. They loved her singing. A simple little song. And the crowd loved it. Did you enjoy it? There you are. There you are. Okay, that's a definite booking. That's Eastbourne, next Sunday, 3 o'clock. The Mothers Church Union. She'll be there. She'll be a sensation for you, I'm sure. I'm delighted. I'm delighted. Is there anything you wanted to ask me before we hang up? What does she do? Well, she comes out and she sings Home Sweet Home. And then she shows them tits in her ass. Ladies and gentlemen, please show your appreciation for my innocent niece, Primrose. Scrapbook out yesterday. Bob's scrapbook. Going back over the years. Lived a long time. When I was 17, it was a very good year. It was a very good year for small town girls and soft summer nights. We'd hide from the lights on the village green. When I was 17. Lies. Never had any girls when I was 17. Pimply little fat fart I was. Stuck in my bedroom all alone. I thought I'd locked the door. My mother burst into my bedroom. I was doing something, ladies and gentlemen, that every adolescent boy does, but I shouldn't have been doing it. And my mother said, "Robert, you'll go blind if you do that." Because, you see, I was trying to poke my eyes out with a stick. My father stopped me masturbating by putting something in my tea. It was my penis. When I was 21, it was a very good year. It was a very good year for city girls who lived up the stair with perfumed hair that came undone. When I was 21. I was so desperate to meet a girl when I was 21. I had no opening conversational gambit. I didn't know how to chat up a girl up. So what I did was, it was a weird scheme, but kind of inventive. I got some strong industrial magnets, half a dozen of them, and I sewed them in a ring around my fly. And then I posed on a stool in the bar of the local dance hall, like this, and waited for a girl to come by with a lot of metal rings on her right hand. I figured her hand would fly into my fly, and this would be a delicate way of starting a conversation. I must have been looking the other way when this short man with braces on his teeth came by. When I was 35, it was a very good year. It was a very good year for blue-blooded girls of independent means. We'd ride in limousines, their chauffeurs would drive. When I was 35. I remember I once went to an orgy. I remember the one I went to so clearly. It was kind of embarrassing, because afterwards you didn't know who to thank. There were about 17 of us there. We all took our clothes off. We were sort of inhibited. Somebody opened a bottle of whiskey. I got my first unintentional laugh of the evening when I said, "Mine's a large one." We had a wonderful time. I've never forgotten it. It was sensational. But the following morning, the worst thing in the world had happened to me. I went into the bathroom, as a man does. I looked down, as a man does, and I saw a blister in a place where a man never wants to see a blister. I was panicking. I rushed to the doctor. I showed it to him. I said, "What do you think? Is there someone out there with an unspeakable disease?" He said, "No, there's someone out there with only one contact lens." But now the days are short. I'm in the autumn of the year, and I think of my life as vintage wine from fine old kegs, from the brim to the dregs. It poured fine and clear. People say to me, after you've been married to the same partner for so many years, isn't sex sort of predictable? You know exactly what it's going to be like. And I say no. It's a bit like seeing your favorite movie. You can see that over and over again, and although you know what's going to happen, and you know how it's going to end, it's never boring. My favorite movie is Frankenstein. And in a way, my wife's exactly like Baron Frankenstein, because she takes seemingly dead tissue and raises it into life. And it becomes a monster, a huge monster. And then the plot continues as you know it will. The creator and the monster struggle. There's a climax. And then the very person who has created this giant beast returns it to the inanimate state in which he found it. And in a way, every year it gets better and better, because my wife looks more and more like Peter Cushing. And though it hasn't all been heaven, for an old fart of 67, it's been a very good year. I can't walk away from a beautiful woman or a warm audience. It's such a joy to be with you tonight. Thank you for being here for this video. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you for your laughter, your applause, your sense of humor. This Eskimo, and my father once rubbed noses with an Eskimo girl and got a serious case of sniffles. This Eskimo has trouble with his snowmobile. He takes it to a mechanic. The mechanic says, it looks as if you've just blown a seal. And the Eskimo says, no, it's the frost on my moustache gives you that impression. King Saud says to Lawrence of Arabia, would you do me a favor? Would you take 12 virgins across the Sahara Desert to a holy retreat on Mount Ararat? He says, yes, of course I will. He said, but they can't ride camels, otherwise they might injure their perfect virginity. They have to go on foot. And they must never look upon a man's nakedness, else they cannot become brides of Allah. And Lawrence of Arabia says, trust me, squire. He takes them off across the featureless desert, and he's been 2 days out when he realizes he's made a horrible mistake. He's bursting for a pee. There's nowhere to pee. It's all right for the virgins, they can squat down, they've got all these robes. But he can't even risk the prick of a cactus, because there isn't one. 3 days out, he is in agony. Cannot pee anywhere. Sees a Bedouin coming the other way. Beckons him over. He says, do you want to earn half a shekel? The Bedouin says, yes, Effendi. He said, well, come a little closer. I don't want those girls to hear. He said, I want you to keep them amused for a few moments. Could you do that? He said, I don't know, Effendi. He said, yes, you could. What I want you to do is say, when they handed out brains, I thought they said trains, and I missed mine. When they handed out noses, I thought they said roses, and I asked for a big red one. When they handed out ears, I thought they said beers, I asked for 2 jugs. When they handed out chins, I thought they said gins, I asked for a double. When they handed out legs, I thought they said kegs, I asked for 2 big ones. Can you remember that? He said, no, no. He said, well, repeat it back to me. He said, I'll try. When they handed out brains, I thought they said trains, and I missed one. I handed out noses, I thought they said You're pissing down my leg, aren't you? My brother-in-law, the leech, he's in jail. He was imprisoned for his beliefs. He believed you could wank on the bus. And a man in jail with another man always wants to know what he's in for. He said, what are you in for? The other fellow said, well, you know, animal husbandry, you could call it. He said, what are you talking about, animal husbandry? What do you mean? What crime have you committed? He said, well, you know, like swan upping, you know. He said, you're not telling me that you can sort with God's dumb creatures, are you? God, how low can you get? He said, hamsters. Prince Edward, last night in the Marines, his very last night serving in the Marines, Prince Edward was given a wonderful dinner, a marvelous ball, and around about midnight he left slightly the worse for booze. And he's crossing the parade square in his full dress uniform on a moonless night. When it came over him that he'd had too much to drink, the cold air hit him all down the front. All down the front of his beautiful dress uniform, he urpsed. Got into his quarters, crashed out. Woke up to the soft sound of brushing. There was his Batman, brushing the dried urps of his uniform tunic. And you go, a man has to be a hero to his Batman. He said, oh, my Lord, I remember that. Coming back from the function last night, I bumped into a corporal who threw up all over me. We must find out who he is and give him 3 months confined to barracks. The Batman said, oh, I shall make it 6 months, Your Royal Highness. Why? He's shit in your trousers as well. And if you were wondering how far I'd go tonight, that's about as far as I can go. That prostitute called Divine is back in the headlines. She wants to become a student, but I don't know. The authorities say she can't. She's already blown one grant. And that's about as far as I can go. Your buddy has bought a barge to take on the water. Upon some far canal, he goes with the flow. You think that you see your pal, and you go, far canal, and your job as a shipping clerk is terribly busy. You're shipping out goods non-stop. It's really all go. What's this you're on the parcel shelf? My God, you've shipped yourself. That's about as far as I can go. Say I'm dry, say I'm fighting shy. Well, my image is bearing the brunt. I may plan to be Superman, but really I'm just a Clark Kent. And if you should ask for more, I'll spell it out for you. Those 2 words, for and more, have an R and an O. And though there's an F in for, there ain't no F in more.